You don't have to wait for a full moon or even a major transit to work with astrology. The planets offer power windows every single day. These are called planetary hours, and when you know how to use them, you can time your money rituals, meetings, and manifesting sessions for maximum impact. So let's talk about how to work with daily planetary hours to align your money moves with divine timing. So if you want to know more, stick around. You definitely don't want to miss this. Hello, my loves. As always, I hope that this video finds you well and in excellent spirits. If you're new around here, hi, hello. My name is Mel. I'm a professional astrologer and sound therapist, and I'm the founder of Divine Feminine Works, where I help people unlock their divinity and discover their magic. So if you are new, welcome. And as always, if you are returning, welcome back. Today, we're talking about one of my favorite topics, which is planetary hours. So I always talk about how we should flow with nature, right? With the moon cycles, with all these things. And I know exactly what you're thinking. I don't even know how to track those. Bills don't care. It's crazy, right? And so in lieu of knowing and understanding like complex astrological forecasting and transits, the universe gives all of us something much simpler, which is planetary days and hours. So essentially, it's just every day is assigned to a planet and every hour is assigned to a planet. And when you understand the energetic signature of each planet, and when that planet is ruling that day or that hour, that's when you can make powerful moves, including making powerful money moves. All right, so without further ado, let's jump right in. All right, so to begin, I want you to think about and meditate on this core idea. Each day and each hour is ruled by a different planet. The ruling planet colors the energy of that hour, making it ideal for certain actions, especially when it comes to abundance, communication, and productivity. Okay, so like I said before, every day, every hour is ruled by a certain planet. So when you know the energy of that planet, that can better inform the moves that you can or likely should make. All right. And again, this is one of my absolute favorite topics because it's relatively simple. It's not, again, it's not having to know what's going on in the sky and the transits as it relates to your natal chart. It's like, okay, today's Tuesday. It's ruled by Mars. We're in the hour of Mars. All right, cool. This is a great time to take action on something new. Point blank, period. It can be as simple as that. But let's get into this step by step so you understand it a little better. All right. So, step one, knowing the ruling planet of each day. All right. And I have a free resource in the description box below that you can download so that you can see this on paper and hopefully commit it to memory. All right. So, Monday is ruled by the moon, and this has a lot to do with emotions, intuition, planning, and self-care. It's great. It's a great day for reviewing budgets and connecting to your why. All right. Tuesdays are ruled by Mars, and this is the day of action, courage, and drive. It's also the perfect day for taking bold money steps or asserting your worth. All right. That's a major one right there. Wednesdays are ruled by Mercury, and this is the day for communication, negotiation, marketing, and making deals. Thursdays are ruled by Jupiter. This is the day of expansion, prosperity, and growth. All right. It's also the ideal day for manifesting, teaching, or even launching certain things. Fridays, my personal favorite, are ruled by Venus. And this is everything to do with attraction, value, pleasure, and abundance. So it's actually the best day for money rituals, brand building, or investments in beauty. Okay. Saturdays are ruled by Saturn, and this is the day of discipline, responsibility, structure, and savings. Number one, Saturn or Saturn day, I should say Saturday, is great for doing chores. It's also the perfect day for financial planning or paying down debt. And then finally, Sunday obviously is ruled by the sun. And this is the day for confidence, recognition, and success. So it's a great day for goal setting and even gratitude rituals. All right. So step number one is understanding what planets or which planets rule each day. So now let's move on to step two, which is about working with planetary hours. So each day's 24-hour cycle is divided into planetary hours, each ruled by a planet in repeating order. So you can use an app like one of my personal favorites, which is Planetary, in order to track the planetary hours. So they change every single day. Well, they repeat cycles, but the first planet of the day changes depending on the day, right? So it's not something that you can commit to memory. Using an app, again, like Planetary, that's my absolute favorite one, in order to track what planetary hour it is like, I'll say this, I plan a lot of my business moves, like when I send emails, when I send newsletters, when I post on social media, I always time it to the planetary hours. And again, I use Planetary to do that. All right. So here's an example. Doing money affirmations during a Venus hour on a Friday, which is Venus day, amplifies attraction energy. Signing a contract or sending an invoice during a Mercury hour on a Wednesday supports clear communication and flow. All right, now, just like everything else that I've said over the course of this series, it's not so much that you have to plan every single minute detail according to the astrology. That is impractical, right? We still live in a real world where things happen, and oftentimes those things are not in alignment with nature. But what I love about astrology, and more specifically planetary days and hours, is that it allows you to be intentional and it fosters planning ahead. We can't always do things at the exact moment and for that thing to be in alignment, but I can say I'm going to do this thing next Friday during Venus hour for maximum attraction power, or I'm going to send this email during Mercury hour on Wednesday so that it's well received, right? Like, doing those things, again, it allows you to plan ahead. It fosters planning ahead, which I absolutely love. Okay. So now let's move on to step three, which is ritual integration ideas. All right. So in the morning, play affirmations or subliminals during the Venus or Jupiter hour. Okay. This is helping you build your self-worth, helping you build your faith. Doing that, or listening to subliminals or even guided meditations in the morning during Venus or Jupiter hour, if it is practical. So once you take a look at the app and you say, okay, Venus, it's going to be the Venus hour at 7 a.m. Let's say you wake up at 7 a.m. Use the first 15 minutes to do a guided meditation, or fall asleep with a subliminal, right? And then wake up the next morning and do a short meditation or guided meditation or some sort of affirmation tape during Venus and Jupiter hour. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. Now, midday, send proposals, emails, or pitches during Mercury hours. Sort of like what I said before, I love to send emails during Mercury hours. To the extent that I can, I like to schedule my social media posts around Mercury hours. That's when you disseminate, when you teach, and when you communicate. During the evening, do candle rituals or gratitude journaling during moon or sun hours. Okay, that is a super powerful time to do those kinds of activities. Okay, now here's a pro tip for you. Stacking timing layers, meaning you take the planetary day plus the planetary hour plus even the moon phase, helps to compound results. It's the cosmic version of compound interest, okay? I love that because it's like, again, we can't always do things at the right time, but we can be intentional about when we do things. So let's say I want to make more money. I'm going to do a money ritual on Friday, which is Venus day, during Venus hour when the moon is waxing. Those three things together, and that could definitely be a candle magic ritual, or it could be like planting something, like sort of an earth energy ritual, right? Again, it compounds on itself, and it is like cosmic compound interest. So get familiar with the planetary days, get an app like Planetary where it can tell you the planetary hours, and start getting intentional about when you do things. You won't regret that you did. Now, of course, it's going to seem a little counterintuitive at first because you're going to have to rearrange your schedule, do things a little differently. But when you get in the habit of planning ahead, you literally have to just look at the app and say, okay, it's a Venus hour on a Jupiter day. This is going to be great for abundance. Or it's a Tuesday during the Mars hour. Let me shoot my shot and do something different, right? It becomes second nature. And that's the whole point of all of this, right? Is that understanding this information helps you do better because now you know better. All right, so let's get into some quick integration tips and why this all even matters. So first, working with planetary hours helps you sync with flow instead of forcing productivity. I think I sound like a broken record at this point because that's the whole point of all of this, right? When you align actions with the right energy, you get better results with less effort. And I don't know who doesn't want that, right? So many times it's like we're hitting our heads against a brick wall. We're doing the most because that's what we're conditioned to do. But when you align with the right energy at the right time, you get better results with less effort. Point blank, period. Now, keep in mind, this is very important. The goal isn't perfection because you're not going to be able to do everything at the right time according to that particular planetary day or planetary hours. However, it's about awareness. Even small timing tweaks shift your financial rhythm. So this isn't me telling you, okay, you've got to plan everything out. You got to be intentional about every single little detail. It's not about that. That's impractical and that will run you ragged. That's kind of the wrong use of astrology, right? To strike a balance, start small. Think of the planetary days and then do something in accordance with the energy of that day. And then slowly integrate a planetary hour. And again, you can use an app like Planetary for that. Then pay attention to the moon cycle. You don't have to. Adding the moon cycle is like an extra, right? But again, making small tweaks will eventually compound on itself, right? And then you'll get better results, but most importantly, it'll become second nature. So don't think you have to be a perfectionist at this. Start small, allow it to build and compound, and then it will become second nature. Inside my signature natal chart experience, the blueprint, we look at your personal timing patterns and money placements so you can create financial rituals that work with your chart's rhythm. So again, this isn't just an hour regular natal chart reading. Not only do you get a regular natal chart reading, but you get your own private client portal with access to resources. Plus you get a 30-day money moves map, right? That tells you the timing of things that'll be happening 30 days post reading and what actions to take in accordance to those transits and those astrological events. So you'll know when to work with certain things. And of course, we can go over the planetary days and hours within that 30-day money map. So you know that on this day, you should take this action. On that day, you should reach out to that person. So you know exactly what to do and more importantly, when to do it. All right. And in Cosmic Collective, my online private community, you'll find a bonus reference point. You'll find a bonus reference post for planetary hours and money rituals. All right. So this is perfect for building your daily abundance routine. Now, I don't know about you, but when I first got into spirituality, the word ritual was kind of scary, right? I thought it would be doing something that wasn't godly, doing something that, was not good. Rituals are just habits. And so when you can create daily abundance habits based on the planetary days and planetary hours, now you're not only working with in alignment, but you're working in tandem with the universe for better results with less effort. All right, so definitely keep those things in mind. All right, my love, so that's essentially all I've got for you for this video on planetary hours. All right, so to recap, every hour has a ruler. And when you align your actions with those planetary energies, you activate cosmic support in real time. All right, so don't forget to take the Abundance Archetype quiz. Link is in the description box below to uncover your natural abundance rhythm. Join us over in Cosmic Collective for this week's bonus guide, Planetary Hours for Money Rituals. And don't forget to enter the giveaway, all right? Every comment, share, and quiz sign up counts as an entry. Winners will be announced live during my weekly live stream once we hit our subscriber milestone. So subscribe, comment your favorite money ritual, and share this video to help us reach that goal. All right, so join me tomorrow where we'll discuss electional astrology and how to use it to time big purchases. All right, my loves, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in my next video. Take care.